Hi, it's Emmy Brunel with TennisCraze.com. Today I'm here with Jan-Michael Gambill. Hi, Jan-Michael. Thanks for having us here.
Hey, nice to be here. Thank you.
Great. So could you tell us what it was like growing up in a tennis family, how young you started, when you started playing?
Well, I started playing tennis when I was about 5 years old.
Okay.
And when I was 9, I knew that I wanted to be a professional tennis player. Lost in my first tournament in the tens and cried my eyes out and said, I think that I want to compete and take us to the highest level that I can. So, I think I've had a lot of years on the job. But, yeah, we've always been a tennis family. My brother played some on the tour, was always there for me. Family has always been the biggest support, and still is.
Right. So it was your dad who got you all started playing tennis? Or?
My father started us playing more as a pastime. He loved playing tennis. He was a stockbroker, but he started playing tennis when he was about 30 years old. Thought he could be a pro. We loved watching Jimmy Connors and John McEnroe when I was younger. Still do. I actually got a chance to play John McEnroe team tennis last year, which was really fun for me. Kind of scary. He played well.
How'd you do?
I squeaked it out, but he was every bit as a competitor as anybody else I played the whole season. So he's still tough, and he can still move. So, but yeah, we started playing. My dad just loved the game, and I kind of just begged him, let me play.
So the motivation basically came from you, and you just loved the game from the start.
And the love of the game sort of rubbed off from me, from my dad, and it sort of all happened that way.
So it was pretty much tennis all day long. Were you homeschooled, or?
Well, I would never say that it was tennis all day long. We played a lot of tennis, but we like to play it in short, intense intervals. I never was on the court for more than 2.5, maybe 3 hours at the very most. I'd rather have 2 hours really tough, practice, come back maybe and do another hour of set play in the afternoon, or hit the gym, do the off the court stuff. Sometimes you can get burnt out. Yeah,
so you did technique, and then you did matches, training.
Did all the extra stuff, anything you can think of that gives you a little bit of an edge in a tournament match is what you got to do.
And that was all your dad's design?
Most of it was my dad's design. I worked with a couple other coaches.
Okay.
But most of it was dad's design, and he played other sports and knows how to cross train really well. But I was never homeschooled. We always went to high school. It was important to me to at least finish out that with my friends and be as normal as possible.
So how was that, like playing matches? Was there a lot of times when you had to take off from school?
Actually, I missed half my senior year.
Okay.
Almost exactly half. But I actually did.
We're doing great things on the tour. So
all my teachers were really nice. They all worked with me. They understood. We did out-of-class studies, and I was really lucky. I went to Meade High School, and I was real proud of that. The teachers went out of their way to help me, and they're a bunch of wonderful people.
Excellent. So what was the tennis scene like in Washington? Was it just growing?
The tennis scene in Washington isn't the greatest. The big states are California. The big areas are the California section. Texas section was tough. Florida's always good. Washington, Pacific Northwest is what it is about how I live in Hawaii now.
Yeah.
About similar.
From one rainy place to another?
Well, Hawaii's not too... Big Island's
depending
not
which side the island you're on.
But you can find the good tennis. Sometimes you just have to go for it. But hard work isn't hard to find. That's all in you.
Yeah. So was most of your play indoors when you were growing up, or?
I had to play indoors in most of the wintry months, of course. Yeah.
Okay. And then moving on to the tour, when did you start playing tournaments, and you just started doing well right away?
Well, I started playing, I was always playing tournaments as a junior. I was playing tournaments every single weekend, pretty much as I could. Started playing national events, and then when I was about 17, decided to start playing some of the smaller pro events, and actually moved up pretty quickly. I got lucky here and there, and toughed out some matches, and by the time I was about 19, I was playing in the ATP. And
what would you say was your big break, the tournament that really pushed you?
Well, I think I had a few big breaks. I played and qualified in 3 events early in the year. I don't even remember the years anymore. The first year that I had qualified, I was like 98 or maybe 97, 98. Lost to Andre in the quarterfinals in Scottsdale. Lost to Andre the quarterfinals in San Jose, and then I beat Andre in the quarterfinals in Indian Wells.
Excellent.
That was the breakthrough. It was at that point I'd gotten, I think actually a little bit before that I'd broken the top 100, but for me I was like, okay, well, first of all, I competed well, now I beat this guy. This is the man.
That's quite a feat
that gave me a lot of confidence.
And what would you say was your greatest career win, or? Some of the favorite moments.
I've had a lot of good career wins.
Yeah.
Everybody from Federer to Andre and Pete. And
not everybody can say that.
No,
exactly,
The wins have always been there for me.
Yeah.
The tough parts for me has been the injuries. The past 4.5 years I've been injured, which has been difficult.
What type of
on and
injury is
off injuries? Injuries. I had shin problems, major
Oh.
tendonitis in my shins. I
Okay.
had tendonitis in my shoulder. So the off-court injuries were difficult, and a lot of times when I was the man to beat, when I was the seed, or I was never as high as 14 was my highest ranking, but when I was the target, I struggled with the guys who were ranked a little lower sometimes.
Why do you think that was?
Transfers. I think I'm really good at
pressure,
a lot of guys are good at playing, being the underdog.
Okay.
And I love that.
Then once you're up there,
it's a little tougher.
Tough. Yeah.
It's tougher. It's a learned ability. And guys like Andre and Pete are and now Roger and Rafa Nadal and those guys are better at just playing a given match every single day and making it their job and not even thinking about it. They under the stress, and sometimes I would struggle with that a little bit.
So is there anything you would have done differently if you had your career to do over again, or?
Well, I think if I had done anything different, I would just skipped a few tournaments that I'd played, and that's where I got injured. It's kind of tough.
Maybe lighten up the schedule a little bit.
I would have liked to lighten up the schedule a little bit. It's weird though. The better you do, the more you want to play.
Yeah,
and,
kind of addictive.
But the better you do, you kind of got to step
find that
back
balance,
a little bit and say, okay, well, I'm going to really push for this event, or I'm going to push for this string of events. And,
but you still want to stay fresh too. So great. So how is that injury now? Are you better? Are you feeling okay?
My injuries are fine now. I'm playing again. I'm trying to play some tournaments, but it's tough. It's tough to come back after 4.5 years.
Yeah. So when do we get to see you play?
Well, I'm looking. Indian Wells is this next weekend. I don't think my ranking's going to get me in, but I'm going to have to play some.
I'd love to see you there.
I'd love to play there. May or may not happen, but there's some challengers coming up that I'm going to try and get into and play and take it from there, one step at a time.
But you live in Hawaii now? Or?
I live in Hawaii, but I train in Orange County up here. My family's up here. Helping my brother start this clinic stuff that he's doing, and he has a real good idea to start some junior tennis up here. I think it needs a little bit of a kickstart. There's some talented kids that want to get better, and he's offering them a really good venue to do that.
So you come out every once in a while and help them out with the
I've come out for the first two, and anytime I'm here on a Sunday that this event's going on, I'm just doing the clinics, and hopefully we'll grow it. I'll be out here.
Excellent, great. Well, we all hope to see you back on the court soon,
Thank you very much.
Thanks for talking to us.
Absolutely.
Okay.